Hey, it's your boy Sneaky Fox here, back with another video, and today is March 11th, which means we just have 4 days until the release of MLB The Show 24. Now, I released a video on March 6th about what you should be doing night 1. I'll have that up in the card on the top right here. But basically, this video today is basically just going to be showing you what you need to do in order to make stubs during that early access period. You know, you're going to have those 4 extra days to play the game, so it's kind of a head start from those who just bought the standard edition. So in order to figure out how to make the stubs, let's hop in. As you can see here, we have the pre-order bonuses here. So I went with the digital deluxe edition, so I'm going to get that 20,000 stubs. Now basically I'm going to be using that as my quote-unquote cushion, and just using those stubs, whether it be flipping or through exchanges, which I'll get to both of those later in the video. But basically I'm going to be, first off, opening all the packs that I get and selling everything. Able to make a lot of profit. I think last year with the stuff that did sell night 1, I want to say I made around 40k before I even started flipping, and that's not counting the diamond that I pulled either. So, you know, selling everything you can, trying to just list everything up. Once you do list it up, just let it go, probably for a couple hours. You know, once you set it, just leave it. It may sell, it may not. If you're constantly trying to adjust the prices on the market, then you're kind of just spending your time, how do I say this, not efficiently. You're trying to, you know, micromanage everything, and just, you got to give it time, trust everything. The orders will go through, and if they don't, then later down the line, you'll be able to adjust them then. So one of the techniques that I use during early access to kind of like bolster myself up as far as my sub roll and kind of prepare myself for the early part of the game is using the flipping technique. So I did cover this in my video the other day about like how to flip. Basically, I'm just gonna go over some filters here that I'm going to be using night 1. So basically, live series silvers night 1. No, probably going to be going or anywhere between, I'd say primarily 400 to 700 stubs by now. So, you know, there's obviously going to be room for margins, but basically just a quick overview. You go to create buy order, and then have this here, which I will swap over. But basically, I have just written all the overalls and their quick sell value as of MLB The Show 23. So there's that, if you just want to like take a screenshot or anything. But basically, I'm just going to put in for whatever, like one higher than the current order. So in this case, there's no order, so I'm just going to do the quick sell value. And then once I get the card, you go over create sell order and then list it up for one less stub than what's up on the buying side here. So just finalize that order there. But basically, I'm going to be doing live series silvers. You could go down to bronzes. I haven't really flipped them night 1. I don't know their margins. I don't think they're going to be as like inflated as this. But I would definitely stay away from the golds. Their prices are going to be super inflated, especially now that there's no 99s day 1. I do think that kind of like deflated that price a little bit on launch night compared to years prior. And then same with diamonds. Definitely try and stay away from these 85 to 89 cards. They are going to be very expensive, and you know their margins might seem appealing, but the prices are going to be so volatile on night 1 that you don't really want to get, like, you don't want to put in an order for 30,000 and then, you know, expecting this price could jump up, and then, you know, buy now goes down to 25,000. So right there, kind of the 10% tax, you're losing about 7.5k. Apart from the players, I will also go over to potentially the perks. I don't know if how their prices will be night 1. And that's for diamond, bronze, silver, gold, like all of them. I'm not sure what the prices will be. And then the other filter that I'm going to be running for flipping is the gold equipment. I think those prices, they are a little more volatile as well, but they seem to have good margins most of the time, so be using that. And then it has not been released on if the companion app will have will be updated for release night. So if that's up, I'm going to be putting that on my stream when I'm flipping. Just try and use the companion app in the middle of my games against the computers, just to try and multitask if I can. But that is it for flipping, and then we're going to be moving on to the exchanges, which is something that I learned about a couple days ago. Alright, so another technique that I have seen floating around YouTube is the exchanges. So, forget who I initially saw this from, but it was exchanging silver players for gold. So you need 18,000 points worth of the exchange value. And so you can do that two ways that I've done that. That's probably most efficient is the not this one, but 3 79 overalls and a 78 overall, which on the quick sell, that's about 450, so 575. But night one, they're probably gonna be a little more expensive, so maybe wait until day 3 or 4 of early access, just so you're not using this while the prices are extremely volatile. But again, I have not done this personally, so I don't know how the prices are going to react, if it's going to be worth or not. So just take that with a grain of salt. It's going to be a little risky here, but there we'll do that one. And then another combination of players that I've seen is just 5 of the 78 overalls. Exchange that there. So my guess is prices could be somewhere around between 300 500 subs, potentially, possibly even higher. So for the 78 overalls, multiply that by 5, you're looking about, let's say, roughly 2 to 3k. So you have gold exchanges here, you open them up, you're going to get a gold player, that, but whether it's an 82 could potentially go for probably about 2k. So I mean, you're making your stubs back there essentially, minus the 10% tax. Next one, we get an 83, so you could be making some stubs there. And then we'll just open these last two that I have here. An 81 might be losing probably 500 or so stubs, and then 80 overall probably lose more about 800 900. So there's no set, oh, these are the odds for the 80, these are the odds for the 84. So it's kind of like luck of the draw. You could get really lucky, get 3 4 83 to 84s in a row, making a bunch of stubs, and then you hit an 80 or an 81 a couple times. And I don't know how effective this will be, plus minus on the stub total. So again, just take this with a grain of salt. Could be a little risky. So if it does work, then great. If not, then it's something that for next year at least. One last thing I want to cover here, as far as making stubs, is just play the game. You're gonna have the XP reward path, so I mean, you're gonna start 0 XP obviously, and it's not gonna be this jam-packed with rewards, but 5,000, you may get a couple thousand stubs, might get a uniform or something like that. But basically, just playing the game, earning the XP will propel you along the path. So then, let's just say you get later down the line, you get 300,000 XP, which I don't think you'll get that within the early access, but let's run it down to 150k or 160k, and you're selling this boss, he might be going for 60,000 stubs. So there, take those stubs, sell it, and just get, because as the season goes on, the prices for these cards are just going to slowly decline, and so sell them as soon as you can, make as many stubs then, and then when the prices are cheaper, buy them back. Take that 90%. So if the 60,000 stubs, 90% of that is 54,000. You can come back and buy them at 30,000. Right there, you're making 24,000 stubs. So in the long scheme, or in the grand scheme of things, you know, you might want to use that card, but those stubs are going to help you, and especially if your goal is for the live series collection. That's one thing that I'm going to do, because, like, for example, the event rewards from the first event last year, it was the 97 Mookie Betts. Bought him, or ended up getting him when the event was going on, ended up selling him, and then a couple weeks down the line, after I had already gotten the live series collection done, I was able to buy him back for like 20k stubs cheaper. So I was able to use the stubs from Mookie Betts and then put them to something I was actively working on, and then buy him back later once I had the stubs again. So these are just a couple quick tips or methods that I'm going to be using within early access for MLB The Show 24. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe. Anything that will help out the channel is appreciated. And then once again, we are going to be live on release night on March 14th. That's going to be, like, I'm going live probably about like 9 or 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, because the game for me is coming out at 11 p.m. So definitely want to get some work in before the game goes live. But that is going to be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Anything that would help with the channel is appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time.